Hey guys, welcome back. Stay tuned if you want to see all the things I packed into this bag. Hey guys, Shannon here. Welcome back. Got to go prepared. Glad you stayed tuned and checked back with me. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I did a review on this bag, the TRIDENT 31, new bag from VANQUEST. So in the previous video, if you haven't seen it, go back check it out. I show it pretty much empty, showing all the features and benefits. So I'm not going to do that in this video. This is the one I promised you I'm going to do a bag dump. So basically, what I did is pack this bag out with everything I could think of, and just stuffed it to show you how much gear can actually go into this TRIDENT 31. So if you're thinking of using it for a get-home bag, bug-out bag, whatever you were thinking of, this is kind of amount of gear that it will hold. And I probably could have stuffed a few more things in this room. There's a little bit of room left in it, but I want to show you what I put in. Carry another VANQUEST product, the Mobius 2.0. That bag is a companion bag for whatever bag that I throw in my truck as a get-home bag or what have you. And that's probably what I would use this bag for, is more of a get-home bag. It's a 31-liter bag, and don't get me wrong, if you've got a lot of skills, you probably don't need some of the stuff that's in it, or you could get by on this stuff for an indefinite amount of time. I always tell people, when I'm talking to them personally, gear is great, and if you have your 5 C's with you and you got some skill, then you're going to be fine for a long time. If you have gear, just makes life a little bit simpler. I don't know if y'all can hear those bugs. Those are the loudest bugs. I don't know if they're picking up on the mic or not, but wow, I can barely hear myself think. But those are some differences. So back to this bag and the bag dump. This bag, I would use it as I could use it as a bug out bag with the skill sets that I have, but a get home bag would be a great bag, or a 3-day bag, something like that. So let's get right into it. As you can see on the outside of this bag, I've got a lot of stuff strapped to the outside. Let's start on this side. This is the new VANQUEST bottle. It's a great bottle. It's vacuum, so you don't want to put this in the fire. But it keeps your hot stuff hot, your cold stuff cold. It's an awesome bottle, new from VANQUEST. Stainless steel with the paint over the outside. And then I've got it slid down into this other VANQUEST new addition, this Hydra pouch. And it velcros flat, so if you didn't want to use it, it's out of your way. But it's great to strap onto any bag to throw an extra water bottle on here, and that's what I've done with it here. Let's flip to the other side. Now this little strap up here, this originally, if you watch the previous video, you see what this was originally set up for. What I did was something different. This is a hydration pouch. Can be used for a hydration pouch also. And what I've done here is I put a secondary bottle. This is a clean canteen, the smaller one, stainless steel, not double walled, so I can boil water in this. That's why I have the two. And this slides in this pouch on this, and this is a great pouch. It unzips and zips to hold more, they have more space. Really like that, and it's got this gusset to open up, so I can put a bigger bottle like the VANQUEST bottle or a larger clean canteen in here as well. So this really holds a good amount. You can also slide an axe or a tripod or whatever. And I also have stuck up here on the outside a pair of goggles. These goggles here, I've never done a review on these. I've had them for a long time. They have different lenses. Great to have a pair of eyeglasses, to protect your eyes for shooting, dark ones to keep the sun in your eyes, and they also have a clear lens in them. I can put clear lenses, so if you're walking through thick brush at night, you're bugging out, or you're trying to get home and you're taking the more stealthy way through some woods, get popped in the eye in the middle of the night with a limb, or during the day. Just easier at night to get hit with a limb and hurt your eye. You got to protect those, and you don't want to wear your sunglasses at night. You can't see, so you have clear goggles so you can see good and still through the dark and protect your eyes at night. It's an important thing. That's why I got these on here. So those here in a protective case, strapped to the outside as well. On the front here, in this bungee cord that comes on the front, I stuck a pair of knee pads. If y'all watched enough of my videos before, You know why? Protect your knees in camp, doing things on your knees, building fires, whatever. You can protect your knees and save your pants from getting all tore up. So I got those in there. Also, and this is you can put morale patches or whatever. It's Velcro, it's laser cut, so you can molly something else on here if you'd like to. If you have another pouch, you can molly it on here. But what I've done is there's also this slide through in the back here. That's where I slid my saw. One of my favorite budget saws. This is the Corona Razor. Awesome. Lowe's, 20 bucks. Can't beat that. I mean, there's other videos. I'm not going to be going to all of it. Look at this compared to BUGOUTs and Silkies and all those. I mean, it holds right up with them. Great saw. Then also on here, something like this, you could leave it on the pack, but I'd probably take it off. I've done a review on this before. This is my own case design, Kydex case, and I took it out. This is the Serade SCHF35. I've had this one for a long time, so it's before they started having their heat treat issues with the Jess X and some of the other blades out there. But I would take this off immediately, and with my knife, the way I designed it, I can clip it right on without taking my belt off. So I have that large blade on the outside. Also, I stuck in here, and you can stick any size axe. This strap right here is great for a carry handle. You can just grab your bag like this. But what I did is used it for a place to hold my axe, since I wanted to use that for an extra stainless steel water bottle. So I've got a small camp axe here, and what I did to hold it tight down here is I actually used a couple of the Velcro keepers that VANQUEST sent with these, and just put me a piece of cordage through that to hold the axe handle down. So behind it there's also another Velcro laser cut molly panel as well there. So that's strapped on the outside. What I don't have strapped on here that you can do is on the bottom. There is places here, there's webbing, and you can get some straps, and I have some, and I use it on one of my other bags that I have. Is I strap on the bottom, so you can strap a sleep system to the bottom if you need to, or some extra clothing roll or something of that nature, and actually make this bag hold a lot more by strapping to the bottom. So it's a great feature that they added that to the bottom, so you could do that if you want to. And I'm suggesting if you're using this for bug out situation and you wanted to carry a sleep system, I'd strap it to the bottom. Or if it's a winter situation, get home bag and you need some extra heavy coat, I would strap something like that to the bottom as well, and just expand your ability with this bag. All right, let's come up here to the top. Now the top up here, what I have is kind of it's kind of fire and light. I have this little tin, which was a metal Altoids tin. It opens from the top, and I've got some waterproof, stormproof of the UCO matches in there. And these little keepers in here really holds everything nice. I have a S-hook. If you watched my videos before, I talk about the great use for those, especially in urban situations, but also in a rural situation. You put some lashing around a tree, hook that on there, and you can actually hook your bag to the hook and keep your bag off the ground, which is a great idea there too. I threw a smoke grenade. We just had the 4th of July Independence Day celebration, and I love to go by the fireworks stands when all the stuff is cheaper and grab some cool stuff I could use. This is more a escape evasion type tool. You're in a situation coming out of an urban area, and you may need to disguise your exit, or you're passing through somewhere. So this is the mammoth smoke cannon. Light it up, let it go. This puts off, as long as it's not windy. If it's pretty still, and a lot of times you get in an urban area that you got some buildings blocking the wind, this puts off an incredible amount of smoke, and you get it at fireworks stand. Even distraction things like the little snap and pop things are a cool thing to go pick up as well. Also in here I get these little tins and use them for other things all the time. This was some playing cards from Walmart in the toy section, and I turned it into a fire kit, more of a tinder kit. I have some fat wood, and I have I love these little zips. You find them over in the grilling section, that they light up really quick. I just line it. They come in big packs. Put them in a plastic bag, seal it up really good, because they tend to put off an odor if you don't keep them sealed up. But then I have a little Ranger band around that. Also in this back pocket, I've got a climb rated hook. I also have here this is the UCO lantern light. I've mentioned this in other videos. You know, it's a light, but it's also a lantern. I don't think you can see that in the dark. Has a small hook, so if you're doing hammock camping, you can hook it above you and you have a nice lantern. Set it on that. Great. So, I mean, there's other stuff I could have stuck in there, but I'm just showing you how the things I got in there. But there's also this little zipper with this clear. Try to lean this forward and see. In here, I threw some more. I threw some baggies in here just for collecting things as I go. If I need to, you know, berries, wild edibles. If y'all watching the videos, you know I like to keep up with that kind of stuff and have that knowledge. So when I run out of food, I can find food and store food. Also, I have in here the Exotac lighter, so matches and a lighter in this bag. And of course, this doesn't include what I keep. I mean, keep stuff in your pockets. You get separated from your bag, you're gonna need certain things. So just a Bic, and it comes with a loop on each end. So I used orange paracord, put it on both ends so I won't lose my top. So I got that in there. And that's really all I threw in that bag. You could put anything else you want in there too. Of course, I have a very huge ferrocerium rod on my knife here for another way to build fire. It's a redundancy. Blades and fire, I always keep redundancy. I didn't mention it, but this cordage right here, I got it at Walmart, and it's like a fire cord. So some of the, it's like a paracord, but one of the strands inside is actually highly flammable. So it should, you know, I need to do a review on it. I'm gonna test it, see how well it takes a spark. If you just put a little lighter, a little fire to it, it burns pretty quick. So I have that on there as well. So that's what's in this top pocket. Of course, these zipper pulls that VANQUEST has put on here, I really like them. You can put more secure things in here because it does have a lock place here. So a lot of extra room there. There's also other little loops here you can hook stuff to on the outside of your bag. I don't necessarily myself, I like to keep everything real tight and neat because you moving around. So if you do a lot of stuff on the outside, make sure to secure it down pretty good. You don't want it rattling or getting hung up something while you're walking. Alright, so on this lower front panel here, what I've put in here, of course you got this snap, these pulls, YKK zippers, I've mentioned in the previous video. So what I stuffed in here to show you how much this little pocket will hold is I've got a beanie. It's a reversible mossy oak, camel on one side, black on the other. I got an extra pair of wool socks. And in this big Ziploc bag, I got an undershirt, another pair of socks, backup socks. Socks are keeping your feet protected are very crucial. Sometimes if you guys got a smartphone, which most people do, think of the furthest distance you would be away from your home in a given time, whether it be a weekend or working. Now, I work all over. I drive all day, making sales calls and stuff. So I've checked mine. I could be pretty good distance from the house at some of my farthest territorial areas. And you have to put it in your phone, map it to where your farthest location, and then hit on the transit options, put walking, and it'll tell you how many hours that would take. And just remember, if you've never done a lot of walking or backpacking, odds are, and even with a pack in a situation, especially if you can't take all the major roads and it's not safe and you're gonna have to weave around and use a map and use your sense of direction, it's gonna take you more time, and you're not gonna walk 18 hours in a day. I mean, you could if you're in pretty decent shape, but you know, I've got 31 pounds of gear in this bag. You're trying to, if it's not an emergency or a hurry to get home, you're definitely not going to do that. It's going to take you a couple days, so you're going to need a way to stay secure during the night to sleep. But I keep that extra change of stuff in there, and as you can see, this pouch is massive because I mean I had all that bulky extra clothing in there, and it's stuffed in this pack right there. But that's what's in the front. But now behind that pocket, there's another pocket with these zippers, and this comes not all the way around. So it doesn't just dump out, it holds. And what I threw in here is some tools. I've got a roll of paracord, some extra cordage, like I said, I use tins a lot. This is a it's Ruzel. It's a hair gel stuff tin. It come in, and what I did is I put my Lansky puck wrapped in a piece of leather for sharpening my knives and axes is in this tin to keep it protected. Now I could use that tin for other things as well too, but I have that in there. I also have a Smith's sharpening stone here. It's a little redundancy. I've got some tent stakes. I got the copper skinny ones, and they slide down in here. I don't know if you can see this really well. I don't have an extra camera operator, so I can't go back and forth and make you dizzy. But lots of elastic cordage and strapping in here to hold everything down secure. Also, you'll notice the orange. Very easy to see your stuff. It's not black on black. I love that feature on here. But you can slide lots of stuff. There's pouches down here, and there's this elastic double cording here, stuff here, and then a pocket here, and a pocket here. So let's get back to what else I got in here. I also got another fixed blade, a smaller knife here with another ferrocerium rod I stuck in here just for some redundancy. This is the Perseverance Survival Knife. It's made by Tops. Awesome knife. I need to really do a more complete review on this knife. Really like it. But I got that in there for a backup blade redundancy. I'm just going to slide that in there. I also stuck in here another Bic lighter. This Bic lighter, kind of set it up. I put Gorilla Tape around it, so I've got lots of tape. In the center, I got some shot cord. It's not really real shot cord. Actually, I have daughters, and these are hair ties, the black hair ties. They're pretty strong, so I wrapped a couple of those around there. And then what I did is I took a soda can tab, and when I wrapped the tape around it, I secured it inside to give me a loop. And what I did is I put a little, this is a little peel fob you get at Kroger or grocery store or whatever. The peel fob, I've stuffed some Vaseline cotton down in there, so I've got tinder and the lighter here, and I wrapped some camouflage tape so it's not so bright and shiny. But I also have a little fire redundancy in another part of my bag. I do that because what if something happened, a zipper broke, got tore going through the woods, and I lost some fire capabilities. I've got it somewhere else in my pack too, so I keep some diversity in there. Then you got this section here, unzips here, and I've stuffed all kinds of stuff in here. Another flashlight. This one I've done a review on in the past. This is the Lumitop light. I think it's the, if you look back at the review on it, you can see it. Lumitop TD16. Awesome light. Puts out some, it's like I believe 1,000 lumens on there, so I've stuffed that in here. VANQUEST organizer pouch I've stuffed in here with the new glow-in-the-dark patches. So if I'm looking in here and I'm reaching in here, I've not only got the orange, but I got a glow-in-the-dark patch on this. And what I've done in this bag, and you can do this, I've just have some extra stuff for my phones and stuff. I got some extra charging cables, battery chargers, stuff like that in here, just to show you some bulky stuff that I can slide down in here, and that can work in conjunction with a little small, inexpensive solar panel that I have here. So I've stuffed all that in the front of this sack, and you can see how this, it does pretty good. I like the fact that not only, you know, some pockets you stuff the pocket on one side, you can't get anything inside and it's kind of useless. This one did really well. It had enough extra material into it, so when you really pack it, you can use all your pockets for organization and stuff it. And then behind here, there's another pocket that slides down. If more flat things would go in here, I don't have anything in here, but I still have the room. I definitely could have put some more stuff in there. All right, well, that's the front of the bag. That's just the front, and I've got all that kind of stuff in there. And I probably should have left this all in on the table. My table's not big enough to show you how much, but I think you're getting the idea of all the stuff that can go in here. All right, now I'm gonna take the bottle out, sit it to the side. Another thing you could do with this bottle is this little Walmart cup. It holds that pretty good, and so you can have a cup as well. I'd recommend if you do that, what I do with most of this silvery stuff, especially if it's going to be on the outside of your pack, is paint this with a high heat black stove paint. Rough it up with some steel wool and get you some high heat stove paint. You get it at Walmart, and don't get it on the inside because that's where you're drinking. Maybe put you some painter's tape around it and paint this. So now it's a dull black, doesn't shine, and then also when you put it on the fire, it didn't get all that nasty sticky stuff from wood residue all over it too. You can slide this in there and then slide it in your pocket, your pouch here, and have that. I would recommend doing that. I do that with a lot of mine. That's why I had that sitting out here. All right. Hey guys, real quick, gonna add this footage in. Sorry about the shakiness. I left this out of the original footage and didn't realize it till I was doing editing. But this zipper here, it's on the side of the pouch. You can see we're on the front of the pouch here. There's a zipper on this built-in water hydration, and this zipper comes undone, as you can see, and it opens up, and it's got a series of pockets here. Now what I've put in here is more stuff that goes in this pack. Is I have maps for my area. I also have a medicinal plant fold out here and edible plants, and then I also have a write in the rain pad, and you can stick some pencils and pens, and then I have my shoe goo to repair your shoes and stuff in there. And you can see this thing zips up. Let's get on the inside of the bag and what all I've got in here. Now these are some, I love these zipper pulls. These zipper pulls here are the same pulls. If you got gloves and stuff, all these pulls are good for if you got mitts or gloves on. These are also on the Ibex 30. Now they put them on here. Great idea to have those on here. But you have a snap here that holds this together. It's not really a compression strap per se, but it is there. And what I did on this setup on this bag is, first of all, you can get into this bag different ways. It's designed to open from the side. You turn it sideways. Let me just show you. So if I had this on, took a strap off, and now I can get into it this way. So if I'm getting into it this way, I can unzip this zipper. But if I wanted to get into it traditionally, I can do it this way. So what I did is I left this zipper across here, and I set it up to where I can get in it both ways. And there's dividers. If you watch the previous video, this comes with padded dividers, so you can divide this out really well and use it that way. So I have a divider that's in about here, so I can get in so I can get into the top of the bag and separate it from the rest of the bag here. So let me show you what I put in here. First of all, I got a pair of good leather gloves right on top. You go in and get out, you want to have easy access, and this bag gives you easy access to everything. You don't have to dig everything out or just dump your bag out. So I put that in the top. I got some extra ammunition. Another thing to have on top, you got to use the bathroom nature calls, guys. This is a little Ziploc bag. It's got some TP in it and some wet wipes and a little tube of stuff in case you get some chafe. Right on top, easy to grab, so I can take care of business. Also, another thing you want right on top, and this has got Velcro running all the way down the bag. So what I did on this first aid kit, you can get these first aid kits anywhere. I stuck Velcro on it, so now when I open my bag, my first aid kit ain't gonna roll in. It's secure. I can actually unzip the first aid kit and leave it secure there. But I got a big bulky first aid kit that I've actually added stuff to. I've never gone through this on a video. I may do a video on that. It's a good idea what I've got in that. Also up top I have some bank line, so I have more cordage. Also have a shemagh right on top if I need to get that out quickly. So all that stuff is in the top, and you can see I have this divider here, so I've got all this room up here. There's actually portholes here too if I want to run a water bladder in the back side of this. See this, there's another padded pouch behind here. It'll hold a 17-inch laptop. It will also hold a ballistic plate. I've talked about that in other videos. If you do have access to some kind of ballistic plate, you can slide down in there and give yourself a little urban protection per se there, or the water bladder. I think the plate idea is awesome. I'm not carrying my laptop with me on a situation like that. My phone can do whatever I need it to do. but the ballistic plate would be my choice to put back there. And then of course I can get all this stuff pretty readily right here, easy access. Now that's zipped up. That's what's in how I set that up for the top view. But let's say you're on the move and you need to get something, or you just want to sit your bag down this way and get into it this way. To do that, I'm going to slide this bottle out and go to the side view of this. So if it's facing you or wearing it, so it's going to face you that way. And here's the other way the other zipper does, so it opens up that way. So you're looking at it the way it would be kind of slung around you, and as you can see, there's a pouch here with this mesh stuff, so you can see what's in here, and you have pockets right here. I have nothing in here. You can put whatever you want to in here. You can set this up a different way. So there's still room in this pack. Like I said, there's 31 pounds in here. I could get more. So what I've put in here is I got a shelter system. This is the so that's I got shelter here, and as you can see, the dividers, I've got the dividers into where the dividers are long, and then they have a break about a quarter of the way, so you can turn it different ways. And so if I put everything in and then I fold my dividers over like this, it leaves me about that much space. So it's a perfect amount of space to run this shelter system or whatever long you may have. The other thing, I'm not doing it in this video, but if you have an AR-15 or any kind of rifle that will break down and break in half, an AR-15, you pull the pins, you take it in half, now you have to have the magazine out and your optics off. But you can, this is long enough to take an AR-15, break it down, and you can work it in there in half and have your magazines in there, and this will hold it broken down. Or if you have, a lot of you guys have seen the Sub 2000 would fold half and fit in here, fit in the water pouch, or there's a pouch back here that I haven't talked about here that you could slide a Sub 2K and extra magazines in this section as well if you needed to carry a longer gun for safety and protection, or you know, a 10-22 breakdown. You can make all those work in this bag. So shelter, and it's all divided out. What else I have in here on this first compartment, I have my water purification system. Also, this is a little pouch I got at Walmart during when school starts, little pencil pouches. I like this one. It had a good bright color, blue for water. I've got my Sawyer system in my bags in there, and then in this other zipper here, I've got my cleaning system and everything in there to keep it clean, keeps everything together. And then bunged on the outside, I have a Ziploc with some tea and sweeteners and instant coffee packs and all that here. And that slides, there's still room in there for other things. If you can see, I got the bag there, and I can slide my hand in beside it. So I still got room there. And then the pouch next to it, which is plenty more room there, I just have a bottle of organic chia seeds. Great to throw in your mouth, wash the water down, fill you up. Got omega-3 fatty acids and good energy in those. A lot of runners use those, so I just put them in a little empty bottle. They don't take up much space. Next here, this is a big bulky bag of it's more food. I've got some power pack, vitamin mineral pack with flavors your water, some protein and energizer packets. You can get these at any sports store. I got a pack of Skittles, some powdered peanut butter, powdered Gatorade, some coconut oil, just all kinds of small things that I could pack in a bag for food to get me by for a couple days and keep me energized. May or may not need it, but man, it'd make you feel good if you could put something in your stomach, especially if you were walking and it was going to take you 2 or 3 days to get home. So the next pack in the bottom section is more part of my shelter system. I can use this fast, and I would use it for overnight as well. But also what I put in here is this is a little ground cover thing. It's at Walmart. You usually find them on the end cap. Spreads out. You can use it to cover yourself, or you can put it on the ground. I like to put a ground thing down, so I'm not sitting on wet ground and then I have this, or I could lay it over something to sit on. And then also have in here a, this is Ozark Trail by Walmart. It's just a sleeping bag liner. It's just a rectangular. This time of year in the summer, you probably could lay in your hammock, which is the rest of mine. I don't want to be on the ground. I have a Grand Trunk hammock, and my straps are in here too. I think I did an old video. I may have taken it down. I need to put it back up. I made straps out of paracord and set this up to where I could stuff my straps, suspension system, and hammock all in one bag. So it's all in here, and that's sitting there. Of course, you could do an Eno, a Hensley, anything. But if it got a little cool at night, this would be great as just a pillow or cover. But if it got a little cool, you could get in this, and it would help keep a little air off of you. But in the summertime, you probably don't even need this. But it's just good to have. I like to use the liners. If it's winter, you have a liner with you, and it can up the rating on your sleeping bag as well too. And then in behind this little pocket here, pulls it back, I have lays flat. This is a HTO waterproof boonie hat, wide brim. It's made by True Spec, but it's waterproof, so I could use that along with my other stuff just to keep me dry as well. And it's flat, so it just works flat right down into there. And all that just, I mean, there's extra space there, and I can still put some other stuff. And that just zips up, and it locks too if you want to lock it. It's got the hole here as well. Like I said, this back section, but that's everything on the inside. This back section is right here is Velcro lined all the way inside. It goes the full size of the pack, and it's got great padding and ventilation, and it also comes with drain holes. And this is for the belt that I took off. It does come with a belt. If you're carrying 30 pounds packed out like this, I recommend you leave this on there. It's a great strap. It's designed with keepers to keep it from the straps dangling. The hook here is the single one. They got rid of that double thing, which is great. And like a backpacking pack, you pull forward to cinch it down. It's got a decent amount of padding on it for the weight that you would be carrying about this, and it's also got some molly webbing, so you could actually molly web on here, you know, small first aid kit, a compass pouch. You can molly a holster on here if you want to carry your personal security device on the outside of this pack. You can do all that with this. Of course, this pouch back here, you can carry, like I said, this right here will hold your CCW, anything you want to have in here. If you got one of those, I think if you got a slingshot, you know, that's all you can have where you're at. Maybe you're in California and you can't you can't carry certain things, but this will, I measured it out, and this will hold, you can fold up a Sub K 2000 by Keltec and the extra magazine, and you can shove all that into here and zip it up. A buddy of mine owns a gun store. I tested it, tried it with all this pack in here. It works great. So that is, I mean, a full dump loadout. Everything I need. I covered all my 10Cs. There isn't a compass in here. I did mention that, but you don't see it in here. I actually keep the compass in my Mobius, which I always have with me as well. Plus, I can land navigate a little bit without it in the areas that I'm familiar with. But learn to use stars, sun, and other things. And well, you never know if your compass may break. So, I mean, wow, a ton of stuff that I packed into this VANQUEST TRIDENT 31 pack. So there you go, guys. Hope that's been informative and you liked the video. Remember, if you found it informative, you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Remember to share it, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down there. And if you hit the little bell every time I do put up a new video, I'm not one of the bigger channels. I don't put up 2, 3, 4 videos a week. I wish I had time to do that. Got to work, got to feed the family, and I had to make money so I can buy more cool stuff. But hit the little bell when I do put a video up. You'll get an alert and you'll see it. Also, remember, I got a Facebook page and a Instagram page. The Instagram page is the same name as this page. The Facebook page is our tagline. You got to go prepared because you just never know. check it out like that. I put a lot of other content and share content from other friends who do similar type things on that page as well. Hey, remember to comment if you have any questions or any ideas that you may have. There's some other things you would have put in this, or if you've gotten one of these bags and you've got more in it or got some other ideas, I'd love to hear from you. And until then, be safe, and remember, you got to go prepared, because you just never